Hello, I'm Karen, and in today's video I'm not going to be doing any crocheting. Today is just purely a preview of a pattern that I've been working on for a few months, and I was thinking that because I've actually done a little preview of this in my other video where I was actually doing the casserole carrier, not everybody is going to necessarily get the opportunity to have a look at it, so I thought if I give you all a preview, and then that way I'm being fair, and also this is the chance to be able to give you the story behind it, because I've noticed that when I've actually been crocheting away on a lot of my videos just recently, I haven't actually been able to tell you any little stories. So today you're going to get a little story, and the story is all about how I saw a meteor, and it was really unexpected. It was one of those nights I'd been working away, I'd been typing away on my laptop, writing away, and I'd sat back and I was like, oh, I'm really happy with what I've produced. And so I thought, right, we're just going to nip downstairs, put the kettle on, make myself a drink. And it was in the summertime, in August, when there's always, the meteor showers are always happening. And you often get to see just a little teeny tiny shooting star going across the sky. And I love to be able to watch those sorts of things. And this particular evening, I walked outside and it was just there. It was just, as soon as I walked out, it was huge, this massive ball that was just burning up, and it looked like a huge sunshine with all the rays coming out of it, and it was a beautiful burnt orange and a golden yellow colour, and it just literally went straight over my head, and as soon as I saw it, I froze on the spot, and it was like, oh! And then as it went over my head, like, you know, that you break that spell of that momentum, and I went running inside so that I could go and get my camera so I could try and do a video, because I thought, oh, it'd be brilliant to be able to show you all what I'd actually seen. But by the time I got my camera and got to the front of the house, because the meteor actually came from the back of my house going towards the front, at that point then it just became like this, a little tiny ray, and it had turned a really deep red in the distance. And honestly, it wasn't even worth putting my camera on for, because I knew I wouldn't be able to capture it. So I just thought I'd just share the little story a bit behind it, so you know how the actual pattern arrived in my head. And then for me to explain that when I actually did this original design, I actually did it, and this one, these are bigger pieces, and they're all joined together. And I actually was using if you're in America, it's the treble crochet, and if you're in the UK, it's the double treble crochet. And I realised that that's actually a more difficult stitch for a beginner. And I didn't want the beginners to feel left out, that they actually couldn't produce what I made. So since that point, I've actually been working on making it a smaller and an easier design. But I just wanted to share what I'd actually made so that you could actually see. And so this is actually the very original piece that I very first made when I actually came up with the idea. And since then, I could notice obviously it's got some little curls on the edge, and so I've done a slight alteration to the actual pattern there. But other than that, this one has actually just stayed the same. But then, like I said, I've actually reduced it down and made a smaller version. And the smaller version, even though it's smaller, I'm still not going to be able to show it in its entirety because of where my camera is. But this one, when I actually made this is actually a poncho, and I realised that when you actually look at it, when it's laid like this, it actually reminded me of angel's wings or fairy wings, and I just thought it was so pretty. I just wanted to share, and so you can see how small the pieces are in comparison to these pieces, which was this was obviously just a little bit harder, but as obviously I said, I wanted to make it easier. I did actually crochet myself a cardigan using these larger pieces, and I thought, oh, you know, that's where I was realising that it's not going to be as easy for everybody to do. So when I shrunk down the pieces, I've actually made a little baby cardigan, because I know you all love these little cute things. It's more of a jacket really than a cardigan, because it's not one that's actually going to be a fastening up cardigan. It's just one, just a little jacket, you know, just to enhance what you're already wearing. So I do hope that you like what's coming. I hope that I've explained everything properly so that you can see, and I hope that you'll all join me to crochet along, and I'll show you step by step how to make all of the sections, how to join everything together, and then you can then create all sorts of things. You can, like I said, you could be able to make yourself blankets, you can make yourself little covers, you can make ponchos, you can make shawls, and you can make cardigans. You probably will be making bags and all sorts, because once you realise how easy it actually is, I think that it's one of those patterns where you're just going to think, oh, I'm just going to go and make this out of that, and I think hopefully you'll be experimenting too. So I hope you like my little story behind it, so that when it actually comes to crocheting along, that you know the story behind it. And if you don't, I'll remind you to, I'll say, you know, come and watch this video so that you know what the story is behind it. Okay, so thanks again for watching. I really appreciate all your support and everything. And like I say, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, thanks for sharing, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for subscribing even. Bye for now.